Ben Orner was the assistant editor of the school newspaper, The Maroon and White, co-anchor of the morning announcements and manager of the softball team, as well as a member of the speech and debate team. Next year, Ben will study broadcast journalism at Kent State University. Please welcome our second speaker, the student's choice, Ben Orner.
This tassel's going to kill me by the end of the night. Bear with me. Tessa, how long was your speech? There it is. I'm going to move it there. Okay. Good evening, and thanks for bearing with that. Good evening, everyone, families, teachers, administrators, school board members, honored guests, and most importantly, the Gettysburg High School class of 2014. For those of you who know me, you know that I am a big sports nerd, which explains why I spent much of my high school career checking ESPN for scores and news instead of doing my classwork. I am such a sports nerd that in the fall, I will be attending Kent State University in Ohio to major in broadcast journalism with a concentration in, you guessed it, sports. Now, I believe sports has a lot to teach us, and it's more than just the teamwork and trying your best speeches you got in Little League. Sports is about influence, equality, and making an impact, and here's why. On the night of September 1st, 1971, my Philadelphia Phillies Major League Baseball team played the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates' starting lineup read as follows: Rennie Stennett, Gene Clines, Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, Manny Sanguillen, Dave Cash, Al Oliver, Jackie Hernandez, and Doc Ellis. So basically a long list of names most of you have never heard before. Well, the reason you should be familiar with the Pirates' starting lineup that night was because it told a very important and powerful story, or more appropriately, added another chapter to a story authored 24 years prior. Because you see, that night was the first time a Major League Baseball team's starting lineup consisted solely of players of color. All 9 Pirates starters were either black or black Hispanic. Now, this lineup was only possible because of the heroic actions of a ball player who made his Major League debut 24 seasons earlier in 1947. His name was Jackie Robinson, and I would hope you all recognize that name. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first colored man to play a Major League Baseball game. His fearless personality and hearty playing style made him one of the most revered and successful men of any race to ever step foot on a baseball field. Robinson's profound impact on baseball paved the way for thousands more colored players to follow in his footsteps. It is because of him that baseball is one of the most racially diverse sports in the world, and it is because of him that the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates could feature an all-colored lineup and, 8 weeks later, win the World Series. Now, you're probably thinking 2 things. 1, Ben, for the last time, stop talking about sports. Or 2, how in the world does the story of Jackie Robinson have anything to do with us, the Gettysburg High School class of 2014? Well, here's your answer. Jackie Robinson was much more than a baseball player. He was a risk-taker, a trailblazer, and a teacher, counseling many minority players after him and helping them achieve their full potential. The most important lesson Jackie Robinson ever taught was unselfishness, and for one to have an impact on others. He is famously quoted as saying, "A life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." Class, I want you to think back over your 4 years of high school and picture the individuals who impacted you the most. Most likely, a teacher's face, just popped into your heads. Live TV, folks. You saw them all day, every day, and I'm sure you can thank at least one of your teachers for something. Tonight, we are very fortunate to have every GHS teacher in the auditorium for graduation, just behind you, in the back, in the black. So after the ceremony, class, to validate your teacher's life's work, I want you to walk up to them and start a conversation with, "If it wasn't for you, I." Here, let me start. Mr. Gauker, wherever you are, since I can't see you, if it wasn't for you recruiting me for the morning announcements freshman year, I would have never developed a passion for broadcasting. Mrs. Dandignac and Mrs. O'Dowd, if it wasn't for you coaching me on the speech and debate team, I never would have found a love for public speaking, and I certainly wouldn't be standing here trying not to make a fool of myself in front of 2,000 people. And Miss Barnhart, if it wasn't for you teaching me how to write like a professional journalist in my journalism class, I never would have been able to get a sports writing job at the Gettysburg Times. You see, teachers do much more than just teach. Mr. Wadle and his always kind and PG nature instilled in me that maybe when I go to Philadelphia Phillies games, I shouldn't yell things at the umpires like, "Hey ump, is your rule book written in Braille?" Or, "Hey ump, I've gotten better calls from my ex-girlfriend." But I digress. Mr. Lang was more than my driver's ed teacher. For 3 years, I managed the varsity softball team that he coached, and with every game, Coach Lang taught me the mechanics of teamwork and introduced me to a sport that I will continue to pursue in my career as a sports journalist. You see, teachers are like the multi-tool player in baseball, one who can hit, run, throw, and field. Teachers inspire, instill, advise, enlighten, prepare, encourage, strengthen, and the list goes on. But more importantly, they teach. And when teachers teach, we students learn. Heck, the school district's slogan is "a great place to learn." Learning is the basis for knowledge, and knowledge is the greatest thing you can ever have. Knowledge starts the thinking process in everyone. It sparks revolutions, heals the sick, feeds the hungry. Knowledge makes the world a better place, and at the core, we have teachers to thank for that. So, class, I hope I gave you some good ideas. These wonderful men and women stood in front of us every day for the past 4 years just so they could see us stand in front of them in this auditorium tonight. The reality of it is, our teachers build their careers around making sure that we are on this stage at this very moment. Why? Because a life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. They're not just our teachers. They're our coaches, our advisors, our mentors, risk takers, trailblazers, our role models, and our heroes. They are our Jackie Robinsons, and we certainly wouldn't be here without them. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2014. Go Phillies!